Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Kevin Miller. We back, and I'm back with my boy Avi, and we got a special little interview today. It's my homegirl Fatima. I've been knowing her for a long time, and she ended up starting her own business, and so basically we're going to do a little interview. Just to give you a bird's eye view of entrepreneurship. Say, what's up, Fatima?
Hi, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
How's the weather over there in California?
It's pretty nice. It's been pretty warm this last week. It was really hot for a second, but now it's just like the perfect weather.
Yeah, it's been scorching over here in Texas, raining for some reason. That's not normal, but yeah.
So, how long have you how long have you owned your own business?
It's been roughly 2 years, I wasn't in business the full 2 years. I spent a lot of time just like doing my research and getting all my paperwork, going back and forth to City Hall, and just making sure I had everything lined up so that when I did start, I didn't come across any problems.
Right.
So I would say, like, as far as like servicing the public, it's been a good maybe like a little over a year.
Okay. And what kind of business is it?
I have an online boutique, and I also have a storefront here in Oakland.
Okay. So you did your research before you got in it, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of planning. Like, I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to go about it. So, I guess whenever I had extra time, I would just like go online and research and look up different things. And then eventually I would just bookmark everything. I made a folder and just put everything in one folder. And then I just went out and bought a notebook that I dedicated just for like research, and I would like write everything down.
Interesting.
Phone number, contacts, addresses, and then just started following up with everything.
Interesting. Okay.
So, like, what did you do like prior to doing the entrepreneurial thing?
I did hair. My mom has a hair salon, so I worked there on and off, and then I also worked in customer service.
Right. So, like, what made you want to do the entrepreneurial thing?
It's kind of, well, I knew what I wanted to do as far as like a career, and then I just figured, like, people work their whole lives and work so hard to help someone else build their brand and their company and achieve their goals. So I was like, why not work hard for myself and
Right.
be my own boss?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we were pretty much saying. Like, you don't want to be over here putting in all this work, grinding yourself down to the bone, but somebody else is getting rich. That don't make no sense to me.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, you're expending all this energy for somebody else. If you do it for yourself, there's no telling where you could go with that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so you were always passionate about clothing and things of that nature.
I was. I remember when I was younger, and I don't even know where I was working, but I remember having a conversation with one of my friends where I was complaining about my job and that I was unhappy. And I remember she asked me, like, what do you want to do, or what do you see yourself doing for the rest of your life that you would be happy doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I love to shop, like I can buy clothes. That's like something that I would like damn near do for free.
Right.
And she was like, well, why not become like a personal shopper or start like your own store? And at the time, I just like brushed it off because I'm like, well, if that's the case, everyone would be doing what they love. And
Right.
most people are unhappy with their job. So I never really gave it too much thought. But then I think as I got older and you're working for someone else and you're seeing how much energy you're putting into it and how they're getting all the benefits.
Right.
So as I got older and just started to become, I guess I just started to take it a little bit more seriously.
Right. I mean, I think everybody has some kind of passion, something that they love to do, and almost like a hobby or something, but it's very little people who actually put in the effort and the hard work and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to stop procrastinating, and I'm going to stop thinking and dreaming about the things that I want to do, and they take they take the first step, knowing that it's going to be a lot of steps, and maybe that's what kind of discourages people, knowing that it's so many steps and so much hard work, but it's that first step that not too many people take. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So like, how important was it to have that, like your friend, like somebody external to yourself to motivate you to take that first step?
You know what? That conversation happened so long ago, like probably like over 10 years.
Right.
I wouldn't say it was like a serious conversation, more so than maybe they were just like tired of me complaining.
Right.
So, as far as now, when I actually did start the company, I actually did not tell too many people about it because I feel like, so many people kind of like shoot down your dreams.
Yeah.
And your goals and tell you that you can't do it or it's not going to work.
Right.
So I feel like I'm kind of like a big believer in I can show you better than I can tell you.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
for like a long time, I just, I worked in silence. I just did everything that I needed to do and got everything going before people even knew. I think for the most part, I was just so busy all the time that all of my friends kept, they were like, why are you always so busy and so tired? And then eventually I started telling people, but by then I was already open and, running and a full-blown business. So it wasn't anything negative that they could say, or for the most part, I think they were just impressed because it was more so instead of me telling them, this is what I'm going to do, it was already done.
Yeah, you pretty much did it with action.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's easy to tell people you want to do this and you want to do that, but and it's easy for people to shut you down too because they don't believe you or for whatever reason. But when you put it in their face and you're actually doing what you just got to do things with action. Actions speak louder than words, so.
Yep.
So like, what was the initial process? You said you did the research and like, like what exactly were you looking up and how did that lead to eventually opening the business?
I think I did a lot of research online, and then I was looking up like how to start a business, how to start a clothing business, how to start a clothing business in California.
Right.
Because most states have different laws.
Right.
So then once I got the core down, like I figured out what type of business I wanted, what kind of licenses I needed, what kind of permits I needed. I went down to City Hall because that's where you go to fill out all the forms and pay your fees. And then I think when I went to City Hall, like one of the guys that worked there was actually like a guy that I see in passing every day. We didn't know each other's name, but we see each other, we stop, we say hello, we're cordial towards each other. So that kind of helped me because when I went there, he saw me and then he was like, oh, what do you need? And then I told him, and then he pretty much just verified all the information that I had already researched, gave me all the forms that I needed, told me who to go talk to. It was like, hey, this is Fatima, hook her up basically.
All right.
So I got all of that done, and then once I had that done, then I started, finding vendors, taking trips, and just like, building my business.
Okay.
Right. So, like, what are some of the things that, like, some of the mistakes that you made early on that you would advise people who are just trying to get into it not to make?
As far as mistakes, I would say, I don't know if I really call them mistakes because I feel like when you start a business and you're new, it's pretty much just like a learning process. So there's like always something, you're never going to know everything. There's always something more that you can learn.
Right.
So for me, Yeah, I don't think I really had too many mistakes. It was just like learning how to work the industry because I guess for the or the clothing industry, especially women's, you can't just. There's not a lot of places where you can go, or a lot of people that's already in the business. You can't really just go up to them and be like, "Hey, show me how to do this or teach me," because information is not that freely given. I guess.
Right,
So
competition
I feel
and
like
all
people work so hard to get where they're at. You're not just gonna come and be like, "Oh, give me the A through Z so I can go." Skip all these steps.
that. Right, and perhaps build a better business than yours or a stronger business.
Exactly.
Right. I
So for
think
me, it was just trial and error.
that's exactly what I was just about to say. That's what life is all about, trial and errors. It's I could see how you say it's you wouldn't call it mistakes because it's like it's your learning. You commit errors. I could when I started doing my little T-shirt thing, I can't tell you how much money went down the drain just from learning about errors. So you learn. They're probably not mistakes because you learn from them and you get better from them, and you have
Yeah.
to learn what the wrong way is sometimes, so you could always do things
Yep.
better. So yeah, trial and error definitely with anything in life, not just business.
So like, how did you get over? Because you probably had to lose some money before you made money. How did you get over that feeling of money's
Oh,
going
it's
down
a
the
lot
drain?
of money.
Right.
Yep.
Oh my God. Like when you're starting a business and you're pretty much spending all the money,
Mhm.
it's hard because you're not making that money back, or even if you are making the money's going back into the business.
Right.
So for me, like I would work. I still worked. I would work, and then I would use my checks for my first job to fund my business and keep me going. So, like when you're losing money, it's like, okay, well, I'm just basically putting all the extra money I have into this business, and I'm not getting anything back.
Right.
Man.
So, like, if it's not something that you really love doing and it's your passion, like, it's gonna be hard because, like, yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of money. It's
Yeah, I
gonna be
mean
hard. You're gonna lose, you might even lose some friends. You're definitely not gonna have a social life.
So tell us about that process of of losing friends. Like what happened there? Because you didn't have enough time to spend with them, or they hating.
Yeah. And no, I mean, not even hating. It was more so you just really don't have time to do the things that you used to do. And I feel like a lot of people take it as like, you don't want to hang out with them anymore. Or, they take it personal versus seeing you working on your business.
Right.
So I went through a period of time. I'm still going through it. Like I have some friends who live in the same city, and I haven't seen them in like 6 months, 7 months. Like we text, we talk, but I don't physically see them. Like we can't go hang out, we can't go grab lunch, we can't go do this. So for me, like I have to keep telling my friends, like it's important. Like if you want to do something, I need to know ahead of time. Like you need to give me a 2-3 weeks notice so I can plan this because I have no spare time to waste. So like my free time is spent working.
yeah, you busy getting that money, you getting chasing that paper, huh?
Yeah, and I just think a lot of people take it the wrong way. They just think that, you just don't really mess with them anymore, or you don't want to hang out, or they did something where that's not how it is at all.
Right. You got a lot of responsibilities running your own business, huh?
And I think people don't take into consideration, like, if this business fails, it's not like technically I can just go get another job, but if this business fails, it's on me. Like, it's not on anybody else. Like, there is no boss above me.
Huh.
So if this business fails, then I fail.
I hear that.
So like, how do you feel about like being your own boss? Was it worth it? Like all the sacrifices and everything that you had to take?
I mean, it's worth it to me because I know where I want to be in the end.
Right.
So, like, I knew this was going to come along with the territory, so I kind of prepared for all of this.
Okay, so like, where do you see yourself in the end?
I mean, honestly, I want to have, I just want my business to be at a